This is how AI optimizes my schedule. This meeting got canceled. Hooray! We didn't really.
Hello, everyone, and happy May the 4th. We are live here with the BIPOC Star Wars weekend. Thank you so much for being here. I am your GM, Candace the Magnificent. I would like to start with a huge shout out to Taletell Hearts, Christian of Fluffy Goomba, and Obsidian Brews for running this fantastic event and having me and my beautiful table here. We are doing all black Star Wars today, and when I say that I am excited, I don't think I can overstate. We're here to raise money for Black Girls Code, which is a nonprofit organization that has been providing opportunities to underprivileged people, Black femmes in the space, in tech for over a decade now. So please, if you can be generous today. And if you can't, please feel free to like and retweet if it's not there for you. No judgment at all. We really appreciate you being here and spending time with us and celebrating with us. So thank you. You will be also be able to affect the game. Bennies are $25. In Savage Worlds, a Benny grants a reroll, or it allows someone to say they have an item that they previously did not describe or say they had on them. So please keep those coming so that people don't have to worry about being stumped or, I don't know, ruined during this. It's not going to get that serious. It's going to be mostly fun. We're having a light session today. Um, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. Let's start with CB, please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Omega Jones, also known as the CriticalBard. CriticalBard across all social media channels except Tumblr. We don't go back to the chaotic hellscape. My pronouns are he and they. I am a professional actor and vocalist from the Midwest, turned tabletop designer, professional, host, moderator, Twitch partner, jack of all trades, master of like 3 of them is my motto. And I'm very, very excited to be here. Yeah, you've heard my voice on Critical Role. I've worked with World of Darkness or Wizard of the Coast, Cobalt Press, too many people. Search my name, you'll figure out all the shenanigans I get up to. And I am very, very, very honored and excited to be amongst blackness within the Star Wars fandom, a space, because we deserve to be here. And if you don't like that, I will force choke you. How about that?
I mean, it sounds like people are getting what they deserve in the streets. Next up, we have Utahime.
Hello, everyone. I'm Utahime. You can find me at UTAHIME, Utahime Cosplay, pretty much everywhere except on the app formerly known as Twitter. You can find me at Brigada DeCoster on there. Yes, I am, as the name suggests, a cosplayer, a host, a streamer, and I'm up to lots of tabletop shenanigans, including this table. We're gonna get up to lots of awesome, epic shenanigans. I can already tell with this group. I'm so excited and honored to be here. So let's do the thing, y'all.
Next up, we have Laura.
Hi, hello. I usually say hi, hello, good evening. It is not evening. Wow. Hi, hello, good morning, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me on most places on the internet as some iteration of Laura_Tutu. You might just have to throw an underscore at the beginning and the end of that. I am a TTRPG performer and producer primarily with the fine folks over at Queen's Court Games, including but not limited to our multi-award winning Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, the All Night Society. And when I'm not over there causing problems, I cause problems for the folks at Obsidian Brews, and then Rob tries to kill my characters.
Love that. Love that. Last night, Rob did some damage in that game. It got real serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it got serious for you too. I don't know that it's going to get that serious for you today in this game. I feel like
Yeah,
you deserve
no.
a break.
Yes, yesterday was high drama. But
More
I
cold,
am
no
so
pushes.
excited to be at this table with all of this black excellence, because yeah, no, we deserve to be in this galaxy far, far away.
Fuck yes. And then last but certainly not least, we have Nyx.
Hello, hello, salutations, everyone. I'm Nyx. I am the face of Charmfoolery along with my partner. I'm at Charmfoolery on all socials, Twitch, everything. I do a little bit of streaming, but I'm mainly a cosplayer and what I consider a TTRPG content mercenary. I like to do a little bit of everything. Foremost, educating people how to play these games. And as of literally this day, this morning, I'm now an actual play performer. Check. So thank you for having me. It's gonna be a good.
Woo! Wonderful. That means that you're back to me. I'm Candace. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at the Candace Marie, and everywhere else I'm at Candace the Magnificent. I'm a TTRPG performer, voice actor, writer, and I do a bunch of other nonsense. So follow me on social if you want to see what I'm up to. With that, let's get into it. Bum-bum! We open on a black sky dotted with twinkling stars. Words scroll from the bottom of the frame as an announcer's voice booms behind it. Star Wars Weekend Session 2, The Lost Song. The Jedi are on the hunt, sending representatives to find and recruit Force-sensitive beings across the galaxy. The Council has caught wind of a prophecy of a potential balance-bringing adept. Jedi Knight Makaho Amiraluka has been ordered on this singular mission to find a rare artifact hidden away on the planet Tracen in Mandalorian space. A wipe crosses the screen as we see the neon rays of powerful bolts of energy streaking across the sky. The camera follows them to a beat-up yet beautiful ship, a dynamic class freighter known as the Fury, and we move through the glass to find our first character piloting this immaculate ship. Laura, who are you and how's it going?
You know what? It's been better. I mean, I not that being chased and being shot at is that odd for me, but it never gets any less stressful. But here we are, and it's gonna be fine. So, in the cockpit, in the pilot seat, is a Cathar, with dark tawny fur and markings not dissimilar to those of a Bengal cat. She is in her leathers, gripping that steering throttle for everything that it is worth, and staring at the myriad of flashing, beeping, screaming bits and pieces on this dashboard. Very much like calm and composed in the way that a duck is calm and composed, where they're gliding across the water and their little feet are just like frantically going under the surface. It's like, yeah, no, this is great. This is great. This is fine. This is fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Yeah, great. Fine. And this is Miri Correa.
Love it. Beautiful. As your like kind of furred hands grip this steering wheel, the camera pans over to the person, presumably next to you in the front. Brianna, why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you're doing in this moment?
Yes. B1L1, or she likes to be referred to as Billy, is a hybrid of a B1 series and BX commando droid. Her head is shaped closer to a BX series commando droid, however. But anyone looking at B1L1 would notice that there definitely were some upgrades to her overall structure, and including the deep purple paint job over her entire frame. She's also too rocking a worn black leather jacket with utility pockets to try to blend in and look cool like Mary, but not really doing a good job. But she's doing her best out here. And actually, on the forearm metal, like part of her arm, it says "Live free or die" in airbrush on her metal forearm. And she does actually have a voice mod to try to sound as human as possible. So she's trying to blend in to her cool, environment here on the ship.
Precious. A
Yes.
precious angel. I love that. Next up, Nix, where are you in the ship right now, and what are you doing?
Hi. I'm having an excellent time over
You're a
politics.
little bit quiet. I don't mean to
Okay,
interrupt
I'm gonna raise that voice. How about that?
Boom. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. I am literally watching a bunch of holotapes on my personal holo projector, just having a good time doing some exploring culture through video. But I am currently I'm supposedly a smuggler. Am I? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm raising my voice to try and press that gate for right now.
Sure.
Tanley looks like a smuggler on the surface, but she looks like she bought everything that morning because she's
Mhm.
actually a politician. She's Pantoran. She is smiling and happy right now. Why that gate is? I'm.
It's okay. I can actually read everything that you're saying in Google Meets because
I
they
think
have
it
a transcript button.
gorgeous. Well, I think that
Okay. It wouldn't be a stream if there weren't technical difficulties.
right. You're so right.
So I wouldn't worry
Live
about it.
theater.
We will figure it out. And then last but certainly not least, once again, what's going on with Makaho? Where are you in this ship? Mute. Oh no.
That's me. That's
There
me.
you go.
Makaho is currently seated, seemingly staring straight forward, horizontally at least. So he's, against the wall while they're in the front doing whatever they need to do. Because this is not his job. His job is not to fraud. His job is to get them the coordinates. His job is to be the guide. His job is to get them to and fro in the sense of getting to the artifact that they need. And he trusts that they can do the job that they need to do as he will do his. So right now he's honestly just meditating. And you see this individual wearing, traditional Jedi garb, a dark brown in make, with a nice old hood cloak moment that's a little dark. I'm not gonna say it's black, but it's definitely darker than his typical color. And there, while it's mostly brown, there's etchings of purple and white kind of through it. You see the hilt of their lightsaber. Well, you don't see that actually; it's kind of concealed. Um, but they are just waiting, watching, or not watching. Um, More importantly, as the camera probably like looks into their eyes, looks into their face, you notice they don't have any features. Um, they do seem to have a covering over most of their eye area, though. So you mostly just see your nose and mouth area of them. But that's all they're doing right now.
Excellent. That makes sense. As we kind of move back over, doing kind of like a little like slow spin take of the interior of this ship, um, you get a little ping, Miri, on your kind of command center, and a hologram pops up. You see kind of the staticky looking vision of a Twi'lek They are dressed in Jedi robes. They appear to have deep green skin, from what you can tell, and bright purple eyes. And she kind of like peers like she's like there's a disruption almost in your connection, and says, "Hello, Fury and friends? Be careful. One of you is wanted. Hold on a second." And you hear some click-clacking kind of noises as she pulls up a wanted poster. Emblazoned on this is the beautiful and stunning visage of Miri, looking absolutely reckless, doing God knows what to God knows who. All of you can see this.
Yeah.
That's not good, boss. I mean,
Nope.
I avoided having to take you in for a reason, but now it seems that somebody else is on our tail. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you know what? These things happen. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We just have to, you know what? We just have to outrun them. We've done it before. Ha!
Do you need to
What?
do your breathing exercises? I mean, I see that your hairs are standing on end. I still don't compute the human emotions that well, but it seems that you may be on the nervous side.
You know what? High stress situations and everything, but like it's a good stress. It's a good stress. It keeps the heart pumping. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna get through this. It's fine. Everything's
What
fine.
exactly is the problem?
We
Wonderful.
have
We are so sorry at the Jedi Council. We did not know that this person, 50,000 credits.
Oh, that's
50,000.
impressive.
They'll stop at nothing
Wow.
to get you.
Really, they've doubled it. Oh wow, that's impressive. Honestly, I'm kind of a little honored.
I mean, I
Sweet.
kind of think it should be 100,000 credits personally because you're pretty awesome, boss. But we'll take the 50.
I will assume that the Jedi Council knows exactly who they've asked to be a part of this mission, correct?
Well, I do not want to doubt them. I was not involved. I am just here to try to get you a little bit of visibility. But I don't know. I feel like we need to vet these people better, if you know what I mean. No offense to you. No offense.
We are on a specific mission. You are not required, but thank you.
Okay, well, just please make sure that you are safe. I don't know if you see, coming up ahead, there's a big asteroid field. That is what I would do if I were in your position. I would go in there, try to lose them, if possible, please. Because the last thing we need is for you to get kidnapped and to have some kind of skirmish. This needs to be a very calm and obvious mission, okay, please? No issues. I don't want to have to tell the council that one of our best Jedi is dead.
That will not
Well-
be necessary, especially if you continue to harass my pilot.
You see her eyes get really, really big. She has like the fresh cut of a Padawan kind of braid at the back of her neck, and she's playing with it nervously. Yes, excuse me. I'm so sorry. You're right, far better than me. I will be here on comms if you need anything at all. And she kind of blips out. You can still hear her muttering in the background, stupid, stupid, what are you doing? You can't say things like that to him. Who are you? Like talking to herself. But the visuals are now down. Do you all go into the asteroid field?
Absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Before we continue, I would like to test our Pantoran Senator's audio just to make sure you're good.
Hey, I'm here. Is that
Okay.
like it's better than before?
You're a little quiet for me still, but that's okay.
Man, go. Raise.
Yeah. I am going to
See what
put
happens.
my screen like that so that I have my notes over top of the screen. Ooh, this is technology today.
Hey,
Okay.
I
So
haven't completely
yeah.
clicked the gate. I hope that helped.
So it is helping with the clipping, but you're just quiet for me. I turned you all the way up in Discord if everybody else wants to do the same.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to keep an eye on chat. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Calamity. I have a note from producers. We're going to take a quick break so that we can make sure everybody has good audio. But please stick around. We'll be right back with more.
Donate!
And we're back. Hello. Thank you for your patience. We all now sound lovely. Before we go into this asteroid belt, can I get one more description of our senator, please? Just so everybody knows
Absolutely.
exactly who they're dealing with.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, Henley is a Pantorans senator, little quotes, in training on her way, and she's currently sitting nearby, watching a bunch of Mandalorian holotapes, just exploring their culture in her own personal little way and having the time of her life. And on hearing this call, she kind of has sat up and looks so excited. Everyone else seems a little nervous, but she is thrilled. She looks brand new, like a smuggler that just walked out of the store.
I love that.
Beautiful.
That's adorable.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Yay.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so all of you feel the shifting of this ship as Miri steers you into the asteroid field. Um, the sound of the bolts that are coming after your ship don't cease. They do not let up. You can hear and feel the rumble of all of these pieces of rock and space debris kind of exploding around you in the back of your ship, kind of thrusting you forward as you are kind of moving throughout this space. And let's go ahead and start with a dramatic task. We're going to go ahead and do that. If y'all have played Savage Worlds before, a dramatic task is a way to get something done under high pressure and high stakes with still having some control and some, some engagement with this. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. I'm going to have a deck of cards. This is how we do initiative in Savage Worlds. Each person is going to get a card, and then you're going to tell me how you want to act in order. So first up, we have Laura. You've got an ace of clubs. Beautiful. Okay. CB, Queen of Spades.
Ooh.
Awesome. Shout out to Theory 11 for these cards.
I mean, like Queen.
Nyx, you're rocking a 8, a 10? A 10 of diamonds.
Gorgeous.
And Brianna, you've got a 4 of hearts. Do any of you...
And orbit past. I want to look for an opening. Oh,
Stream crashed. Okay.
oh. Are we
Today's
back?
the day.
Good?
We go.
You know what?
Let's go.
Woo.
I blame the Empire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again,
Yeah,
always.
Always.
They're not
Always.
even here yet in this era, but we're blaming them.
Okay. So looking for a gap in these asteroids, and when I see it, I want to drop into it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your piloting, please.
Which
I
for
believe you
me
have
should
a
be a
D8.
D8.
Yes, wonderful.
Okay. That's a 6.
A 6. Okay. So you get a +2 because of your trademark vehicle, which means that
Mhm.
is a raise. You disappear. Like you take your blasters and you explode one of the bigger kind of chunks in front of you, and you fill that hole with your ship and kind of bank down into this kind of lower level. The blaster bolts, you can see them still kind of going above you, right? Like these little pew pews lighting up the sky, like in the at the top of your ship. If you look up and above, you can see that they're trying to maneuver themselves down to get to you. As you start to just kind of build speed, you're passing where you needed to kind of get off of this area to try and get to Trayson, but you know that you'll be able to just double back, and that way they don't know where you are anyway. So you actually have the advantage right now, which is wonderful. Okay. I have next. CB, what are you doing?
I think right now, focused on his pilot, not necessarily the plebeians attempting to get them.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't completely how it works, but still, I want to just kind of extend myself. Again, kind of flat face, just watching forward. And I want to empathize,
Okay.
for lack of a better word, with Miri. More importantly, to form an emotional bond with them to keep her calm
Mm-hmm.
and succinct while they're going forward.
Awesome.
And there's going to be almost like a slight tingly feeling that comes over as I attempt to. You just feel this presence, this very calming presence, begin to come over you, if it works.
Yeah.
Uh,
Please go ahead and roll me your force use. This is a special skill specific to this fan setting.
that is an 8.
An 8, beautiful. So, Miri, as you're trying to steady this ship, you just pulled off a fantastic feat, right? Just fantastic. And you're feeling really good about it, but you also haven't totally lost your tail. No pun intended. And as you are kind of trying to balance all of this energy that is coming at you from all sides, you feel that kind of peace and that presence that you kind of inherently know is Makaho. And it kind of just starts to chill you down. You can feel your fists unclench from the steering wheel a little bit, not enough to like lose balance, but more to give you a brand new feeling of steadiness and sturdiness in what you're doing.
and,
And when you open your eyes back up, like you're sharp, like laser focused.
and it's just like the softest whisper coming from Makaho, but I feel like because of the connection, you hear it almost as if I'm whispering in your ear, and you just hear, "The force is like the calm waters, the unbreaking wind. Glide through, unseen, untouched."
Sir, yes, sir.
So you're gonna get +2 to your next roll. Right now, that's 4 successes. So we're gonna play through the rest of it, but y'all are doing great.
Should know, because I got an 8, isn't that technically a success with the raise?
It is. That's why there's 4
Oh, okay.
successes.
I want to
You
make
have
sure. Great.
2. Yep, and Laura has 2. So y'all are killing it right now. Next up, we have Nyx. Pantoran Senator, what in the
Oh.
world are you doing?
So I would like to not have my camera freeze, but to squeeze my way up into that cockpit and just be like, "Hey, can I borrow comms?" And like open the comms channel to the enemy ships.
Mhm.
And one, I want to see on the sensor like how many there are. And then I just kind of want to be like, "Hey, so I'm sorry. Are we having a problem here? Is there something we can help you with? I don't understand exactly why you're chasing us because to be honest, if you were to shoot down this ship, you'd probably end up with a bigger problematic bounty on your head. And really, I don't want that to happen to you. So, like, can we make maybe like a little bit of uh an agreement, perhaps? I'll
You
pay you
hear
5,000 credits per ship to go away."
you hear like this opening static of someone in the other ship trying to decide what to say to you. Um and there's like a long pause. Are you trying to use persuasion?
I would love to use persuasion.
Go ahead and roll that for me. And as you are rolling that, you finally, after like a couple of seconds of silence, hear, hello. Yeah, yes, excuse me. We don't understand. Senator Tumley, did they kidnap you? Is this now a kidnapping case? Because we can
Oh.
increase the speed. We can also
No.
request backup. This sounds like maybe it is an emergency situation. What are you doing with these scoundrels?
Oh, we're on an adventure. Didn't you hear? It's gonna be freaking amazing. We're gonna go get some stuff and then come back with it. It's gonna be great. We're doing it on behalf of the Republic and the
Smuggling?
Jedi Council. No.
Senator Shuval, please understand. This is a matter of the utmost discretion. We really
It's
need to get
called
you back to
imports and exports, sir.
imports and exports.
It's not smuggling. It's a perfectly legit delivery operation, and I am offended.
Oh God, oh God.
How could you? You would accuse me of something like that?
No, not at all. We actually just want to keep you safe. Haha. But one moment, please. And you hear them kind of like try to mash the comms button. They do not succeed. There is a lot of conferring that you hear. The murmurs of two people trying to figure out what in the world they're going to do.
My persuasion roll was a 7, by the way.
A 7, perfect. Um, with a 7, you hear them take a little bit longer than expected to come back on comms. Like you're selling them, but they're also like Are they is she brainwashed? Are they
Here,
in,
how about
is it
this?
Stockholm syndrome?
You can wait here, and when we come back through, you can come say hi.
Uh, I'm gonna have to ask my bosses about that,
You'll
ma'am.
be my security detail.
Hmm. As you hear them kind of trying to ponder this out, Billy, what are you doing to contribute to this mess?
Um, I am curious if we have the ability, if Billy can try to actually cloak the ship. So basically, connecting themselves to the ship in order to basically try to disrupt uh, the other ships, at least their ability to kind of track us. So if there's a way for Billy to do that, Billy probably will be mumbling, "I just got this arm upgraded. I don't want to lose it, boss." And like trying to trying to attach herself to the system and turning it ever so slightly in order to basically start the process of cloaking the ship.
Absolutely. Because you have both electronics and MacGyver, I am going to absolutely allow you to insert your body into this ship in order to convince it to do what it's supposed to do.
Mhm.
It is familiar with you too. Like it's a ship that you've been on for, much longer than anybody else here. So it does respond to you. Go ahead and roll me your electronics. I believe that is a D6 for you.
Alrighty. All right. That is a 5.
A 5. Okay. So that is going to give you all the successes you needed for this round. Technically, in the last round, we got them. But you do hear this kind of whirring sound. Miri, this is not a sound that you've heard in many, 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 many years, even on your ship. It is this kind of low and steady kind of thrum that's happening with this kind of staticky discharge sound mixed in. And you don't really see any changes around you as it goes on, other than like a blue shimmer that just kind of rolls over the outside of the ship and the windows that y'all are looking out of. And you hear on the comms, ma'am, you have now disappeared. Are you all right? This really does seem like perhaps you have been kidnapped. I say again, have you been kidnapped, ma'am? Please, Senator, I can't lose this job.
Well, technically you can lose any job if you do it badly enough, and you're doing great right now by not saying what you're saying.
Oh,
I
thank
haven't
you,
been
ma'am.
kidnapped. I really wanted to see what the ship can do. I just was curious. I kind of hit buttons. I'm sorry. Is that bad? Cause
No, 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 ma'am. You're doing wonderful. You
great,
know what?
thanks.
We
I'm a
will,
new
we
pilot
will,
too.
we will patrol. We will patrol around this area. We will get out of the asteroid belt in case you need rescuing. We are only one comms call away, ma'am. Please, if you are kidnapped, don't die.
I won't. Also, you sound really nice. Thank you.
You
Oh,
might want to tell them that you're not kidnapped one more
Oh,
time,
I'm
just to make
not.
sure that they understand. Okay.
Oh, by the way, I'm not kidnapped. I'm on a joyride. Okay, bye.
With friends, with
With
friends, with
friends.
friends.
We're on an
wait,
adventure.
wait.
Like I said, it's gonna be great. Imports
As
and
you hang,
exports.
as you hang up, you hear, but wait. um, and they don't call you back. You see their ship kind of like bank to the left and kind of go back up outside of this asteroid field. As y'all have successfully steered this ship through all manner of debris and rocks and all kinds of things that are horribly dangerous for your ship. Um, on the comms, lights up back again. I just wanted to check in. Is everything okay? I
Oh,
just,
it's so okay.
all right, good. And you can see her little leku are sort of like twitching excitedly. Master Makaho, I just wanted to say, thank you so much for your patience, and please have a good trip.
We will. We will contact you if we need to.
Okay, bye. Clicks out. You all descend through the atmosphere of Trayson, the four moons kind of revolving around it, various sizes, looking really beautiful against this beautiful stark background. And as you break through the clouds, you can see the fiery surface of this planet. The earth of it cracked and blackened where the bubbling magma kind of breaks through. Lots of plumes of smoke and ash from all of the various volcanic activity that is all around this planet. Even as you get a little bit closer, you can see it's largely uninhabited. It looks like there's a small outpost in front of you. There's an area that has a swath of unbroken land. And it looks like there might be just a handful of structures there, like maybe an inn. The closer you get, you see there's a cantina. And as you park your shuttle and you kind of set down in this little dry valley, in this arc of mountains, you can see that somebody is sort of peering at you from the doors of the saloon.
And remind me, what exactly is the artifact we are looking for? Was I told this, I assume?
So they didn't give you a lot of information about what it was, just that it's important to the Jedi Council, that they need to get their hands on it before the Sith do, and that it's in a very remote place that most people do not know about.
Gotcha.
hmm
Great.
This doesn't seem like a super friendly place. It's rather ominous, especially seeing kind of the eyes in the windows watching you as you exit the ship and walk up to this cantina.
Great. Makaho will kind of like dust himself off, kind of adjust. And as we're kind of starting to move around, this place is unsavory. We get in, we get out. We do not cause problems. As problems come to us, we will solve them amicably, hopefully without violence. But if it comes to
Oh,
that, I trust
I'm
we
all
are
about no
capable.
violence. I like the way you're thinking.
You see that their head gets kind of slightly tilts over to Billy. Historically, that is not true. Correct.
You're not wrong, but people, things, people,
Change.
yeah, I'm not a person, but I still feel like I am my own person, and I can make decisions different from the past. I have learned that my programming can change. Upgrades, they're a thing. Yep.
Let us be sure that those upgrades allow you to maintain oneness with this team, lest my blade will downgrade your head from your body.
Roger, Roger. Understood. Understood.
Good. As I said, low profile. Do not cause problem, but if problem comes to you, the Jedi does not know what will happen.
Do we even know what we're looking for exactly?
We are looking for an artifact. I have been told that I will know what it is when I see it.
Oh,
All
right.
right. That's great. We're just fine. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna. What's Tonley doing right now?
Oh, she was waving, but the minute Maka said to keep a low profile and not draw
Yeah,
attention to yourself, she
it would have been one of those
like
like Miri reaches over and just carefully like puts her like nah. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but we don't need to be making buddies in a place like this.
Bounty picker?
Yes, but also no. Not the focus right now. Let's keep to task.
Okay.
We can worry about the bounty at a later date.
And I would like my metal head to stay on my metal body.
Mostly that.
They're just
that too.
preference. But hey, about those 5,000 credits. So you mean to tell me that that's the kind of salary you're on as a senator? Because maybe I need to change careers. Do you think that they would take me?
Well, yes.
Could I be
of course.
diplomatic?
I would. Oh, if only we had a droid faction. Yes, we can do that. We should do that. We should start that. I don't think it's been done before.
All right, we'll talk business after we take care of this business.
Yeah.
No, my salary is from my parents.
Oh, man, you got it made then.
I make a lot of things, like friends.
Well, let's see if you can make some friends in this place.
I'm sure I can. What?
No,
Of course
decidedly.
I don't
We
wanna
just talked about. Okay. I'm gonna follow the Jedi.
Understood. Got it.
And I trust I was given the coordinates to exactly where I need to go. Correct.
Yes,
Right.
it is definitely this cantina. And as you approach it, I would like to say thank you to to Mad Dr. Rob and Council of Cams. Thank you so much for
Hi, Rob.
bennies. We will keep them in the pool that everybody can pull from if they need them.
Amazing.
As you get into this cantina, you see Boots kind of scurry underneath these swinging doors, these saloon doors, back around the corner of this bar. So when you open up inside, there's somebody who is just absolutely smashed, laying on a table. Lots and lots of glasses kind of all around. There's another person who appears to be playing solitaire at one end of the bar. It's very much a backwater kind of look and feel. The wood here and the other materials that are making up this kind of saloon structure, this cantina, look very much worse for wear. And as you can imagine, you're on a super hot and technically humid planet, full of volcanic activity. There's dust everywhere. Forget tumbleweeds. There's just full-on piles of ash, kind of swept into the corners. And behind the bar, a Trandoshan is polishing a very filthy looking glass, but doing their best in their work. Their bright yellow eyes kind of flicking between all of you. Omega, let me ask you something. Is
Mhm.
Makaho kitted up like a Jedi proudly, or are you disguised in some way?
Would he have been told to keep a low profile?
I don't think he would have.
Then
You're on
no.
official Jedi business. I just wasn't sure if that was
Nope.
his vibe. Okay, all right.
No. He is very proud of who he is and the group that he is connected with. And it's not that he's loud and proud that everyone know that I'm a Jedi, but he's not worried about it. I will say though, as we step to this space, he's gonna kind of you see his head tilt down, um, and he touches his where his eyes would be, underneath the cloth that is around them, and he'll bring his hands together, and I'm going to activate my force detect, but
Okay,
you still need to roll just to make sure.
absolutely.
Um, yeah, that's a 5.
Perfect.
So I am good there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you don't see anything happen, but again, there's almost like a prickliness just for a moment that comes across everyone,
Mm-hmm.
at least the group. Um, and then you see that his head that has been not necessarily looking in any one direction, looking at one person, suddenly goes directly to the individual man in the bar. Um, and he will begin to head in that direction.
Absolutely. So as you do your force detect, that feeling, that vibe emanates from you a little further than you anticipate. Um, you hear footsteps as a pike that's been chilling in the dark corner of the back of the bar hauls ass out the door. Takes one look at you, feels your vibe, is like a Jedi, and leaves. Just ghost.
I feel like
Um,
Billy
Does
doesn't
not want the
know that that's
smoke.
happening because
yeah,
Billy
Does
can't
not want the
feel
smoke.
it.
I guess for my melanated folks, if anybody's seen the Color Purple movie, the original,
Oh
yes.
I feel like this is when what's her dang name Sophia gets slapped and the piano was like, oh,
Yes.
gotta go.
Yep.
Bye.
Pack it up. Nope.
Nope, gotta go.
Not today. Yes.
Not my business.
Yes.
I
Not my
feel like
business.
Billy is oblivious because Billy doesn't feel the force the way that everyone else does. So Billy's just like, what's their problem? Like just kind of looking like, why are they leaving? Like, what's happening?
True
As
that.
you do that, Billy,
Did I
as you're
miss
like,
something?
as you kind of like shrug and you're like, what happened? You can feel like the sense, like you don't know exactly what it is because you don't have those humanoid
Mhm.
connections, but you get the sense that like something has changed in this vicinity. And when you look over, you lock eyes with this Trandoshan who has stopped polishing the glass. The scaly kind of green reptilian skin looks a little dark at the knuckles as if he is very, very tense. And they look over to you, Makaho, and they say, Jedi, out here with a battle droid.
Huh.
This droid has a name. Thank you very much.
And they're friends.
Oh, well, yes, the rest of you, fine. But, Jedi? Their face In your vision, right? What does it look like when you use your detect?
If anyone remembers the seminal classic Ben Affleck leading Daredevil.
Oh my
Um
God.
Yes. Yes.
it is very much like an echolocation almost in a way, but you almost see like these pulses of
Okay.
individuals. It's almost a mix between that vision and Riddick's vision in Pitch Black.
Okay.
So you see like these pulses every now and then of these vague humanoid shapes, especially those who are more human or living in nature. There's an outline around where like Billy would be, but it's not that succinct. But with everyone else, it's very much you can see these pulses every now and then for him, so he knows exactly where to look and where to
Mhm.
go.
When you look at this Trandoshan, they've taken a step toward you, and when you kind of focus on them, after this like little encounter between the three of you, they lean closer at the bar, and they kind of peer at you. They get so close you can almost kind of smell them, that dusty kind of mechanical smell
Mm-hmm.
from them doing all the chores around this place. Um, and as your vision is kind of doing the pulsing and the echolocation, kind of showing the general shapes in this room, you get a vision of what this creature's face looks like.
Hmm.
Super unusual. It's almost like they've taken off a veil or lifted a veil for you. Go ahead and roll me a spirit check, please.
Gladly. That is a D6 for me. Nope, that's a D8.
Mm-hmm.
Esports. Okay, I need to actually be able to see these. That is a 5.
A 5. Okay. So you get the sense that this person is using their own force powers to show themselves to you, recognizing that you can't see them.
Gotcha.
They say, "Can I touch you? May I touch?"
You do have permission.
They put a hand on your shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and you get a sudden flash. You can smell the greenery and grass before you see it. You can see a young Trandoshan, full color picture, like it's taking shape in your imagination. Um, Around them are, various little kind of like insects and butterflies and other little off-world creatures that are flitting around them. And they look to be a young Padawan. They're wearing their traditional robes, but they also appear to be fleeing. You can hear someone calling out to them, "Padawan! Padawan Peppa! Padawan Peppa, please! Please do not go! Do not go! Please!" And then there is a cut, and then you see the face of Count Dooku appear, and then the Trandoshan's face with fear racing off into the darkness of the galaxy. As they break the connection, they say, "Okay, all right. It's safe, I think, to talk to you all. Are you here on Jedi business? I'm Speeve."
She said the name is what?
Speeve.
Speeve. Speeve. Thank you. Um, they're going to, as the Speeve touched them, and they kind of focused in. And it's that passive innateness. Is anyone else in this cantina paying attention, or are they all doing their own thing?
So everyone else seems to be doing their own thing. That one person's still passed out. The person playing solitaire has not looked up. They are very deep and lost in their game and their drink. And there might be one other person in here. It's hard to tell. It feels like it might be a droid, but they're going about their business, tidying up
Okay.
tables.
Great. You all would see like not that he was tense at all, but you will see a visible untensing, like he's relaxing a bit. We are here looking for an artifact that is said to be deep within this planet. Have you any word?
Well, I've been atoning. I don't. Did you see what I showed you?
I did, and I am not here to judge.
I
I trust
appreciate
you
that.
had your intentions.
I did. I thought it was for good causes, not bad ones. I apologize. I don't mean to take up your time. I do have here something for you. I've been trying to find things, and you can feel them and hear them patting down this bar, kind of tapping on it underneath, on top, and the right combination of taps go off, and you can hear a little kind of mechanical sound as a drawer opens up, and the crinkle of paper, of parchment. Um, they kind of look to you. I'm sorry, that was rude of me. You are obviously a senator, I think.
Huh? What? I'm sorry. I was just so mesmerized. You guys are just doing stuff. I don't know what, but it's very interesting.
It's lovely to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Sorry. You no, keep doing your uh uh I'm not sure.
Well, I did something that was not good.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
not allowed to touch
decided
his
to try
shoulder at
and
all.
what? I don't want to trouble you with my nonsense.
Oh,
Why are you dressed as a smuggler?
well, excuse me? Because I am today and tomorrow and however long our mission takes. And then
Right.
after that, some more.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Oh,
a word to the wise, maybe slouch your shoulders a little bit. I
oh
have a lot
my
of
gosh.
experience with these types at the Outer Rim. They are not a proper people. Don't
Oh,
tell them I said that. It's just, I'm just saying what I notice. But if you
Hey,
slouch a little, that might.
okay.
No, your posture is
Oh,
wonderful.
that's great.
You can hear them like
Gosh,
their
thank you.
nails scratching at this little board behind where they're standing. Roll me notice, Miri.
me?
Mm-hmm. The
Uh-huh,
rest of you
uh-huh.
probably aren't noticing this. You're kind of caught in the moment. But
I,
since you're
I will say
staring,
that Billy is going through a data chip trying to see
ooh,
if anybody in this establishment, any of the faces come up for bounties. It's like, no, no, oh, is that? No, no, that's not
I
the
rolled
one.
a
Mm-mm.
6 on my
6.
D6.
So go ahead and roll that again and add what you get to that.
That's another 2.
Boom, 8. All right. So as this is happening, you hear the kind of scratching sound and you see like their arm sort of trailing behind them, like very awkwardly. And just before they find the little like piece of paper that they're trying to tear off, you see it's a wanted ad with your face on it. And they crumble it into their hand and dunk it into like the area where they kind of keep the water to rinse their glasses. It's filthy, almost black. And they look at you. Yes, well, I certainly wasn't trying to say that you have bad posture or are a backwater person. You are,
Oh, no, honey. I'm as backwoods dirt poor as they come. Don't worry about
Mm,
it.
I've been
you
on a
said it,
ship, it's
not
true.
me. They look over and pass you it's almost like a folded up piece of paper rather than rolled. And they hand it to you, Makaho.
Makaho most likely is going to immediately hand it to probably. I gotta think. It's either going to be Miri or Tanley. Whoever grabs it first.
Okay.
I'll probably take
They
it.
can't read it.
Yeah. Stanley,
Yeah,
overachiever, is like, give it to me.
She was thinking about it. She was like, "Do
goes
I
goes
touch it? Is
Palpatine
this
for a
my
second.
moment?" Yeah.
um,
She's like, "No, this is their moment. I'm here for this."
I'll do another quick cursory sweep of the cantina at large before I actually open the paper.
Everybody is still kind of doing their thing. And seeing your hesitance, Speeve looks at you and says, they're here all day. They live here. They will die here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Guys
Uh,
are
I'll,
triple
I
hired.
will say that I was trying to basically, in doing that data chip situation, I'm trying to look to see if there's anyone who we should basically be worried about.
Mm.
So
So
that's,
you
I don't know if that's something that I could do.
go ahead and use your electronics since you're using a device. If you
Okay.
would prefer to use your hacking because you're trying to look like in the deep annals of records, you can use
Mhm.
that instead as well.
Oh, perfect.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
is that an 8 on your 8?
Yes.
Roll it again.
All right.
Come on, explosion.
Get it.
Okay, that was a 2.
A 2. Okay, so a 10. You do find someone. It's that pike that ran out earlier. You see that the bounty is pretty old. It's like not a new one. It
Yeah.
looks like maybe it was from like 25 years ago. This pike is an older version of themselves now. But you can see that they were absolutely in trouble for being at the heart of a spice trading ring, and that the bounty on them is about $100,000, 100,000 credits.
You mean to tell me that they have more of a bounty than my boss? Now I'm just offended.
Who does?
I'll
You
get
told
you
them,
later.
right?
And then like
That's how
shuts it
works.
off.
I think that like you get a very surprised look out of this Trandoshan. Their faces are very reptilian in nature, big, sharp kind of teeth throughout. It's hard to get a surprised expression out of their face, but Speev is just like dumbfounded looking at the four of you, like, who are these people and why are they on
Yeah, because
any
Billy
sort of
does not say that low, it's the volume is just like normal, like like
Oh,
kind
God.
of upset, and so like, what are you kidding me? And so everybody probably would turn, which is probably not the best, but yeah, it happens anyway.
Billy.
I'm just saying,
I
boss,
know,
that
Billy.
this
I know, Billy.
you've committed way more cooler crimes than this guy. Come on.
Inside voice.
Oh,
Inside voice. Thank you.
Roger. Zipping it.
Appreciate it.
Mm.
About the artifact.
Yes, follow this map. It will take you where you need to go. When you get there, I can't help you. I haven't been inside. I told Master Batunde that I would be here in their honor until the end of my days.
You are not required to do more than what you already are, and for that I appreciate you.
Of course, thank you. Master Makaho, if you could deliver my condolences to the Jedi Council. I don't necessarily agree with everything they do, but I wish I would have done it differently.
Sometimes wishing is all we can do. I will give my condolences, and may you be safe,
May the Force be with you.
and it with you.
They bow their head, and the glow, the aura around them shines just a little bit brighter than when you walked in. A thin blue outline around their frame, the same color as their kyber crystal.
There's a slight smile that you see pierce beneath their veil. Um, they will nod and they will turn back to the group. Shall we?
You all step out into this steamy, smoky kind of air. Um, some time has passed. It is a little bit darker than it was when you first got here. Night is obviously approaching after your full day's journey out here. And as you sort of look out at the landscape and you finally flip open that map, it's a very crudely drawn map. It looks like it might be 50 years old at this point. Like it looks like it's been through the ringer. There's like cup stains on the outside of it. Some of it is smudged. But as you kind of like look up and around you, you can see the basic shape of the little gully that you're in, illustrated there on the page. And then like kind of motions, like shapes that look like motions that weave throughout these little areas of rock. Do any of you have survival to read this map?
Could I perhaps convince you to allow me to use research on behalf of having read all sorts of little quiet nerdy things that includes archaeology?
So I won't let you roll research just because this is something that's off the grid.
Yeah.
However, if no one has survival, I'm pretty sure that you took Jack of all trades,
I did, but I haven't seen anyone do survival stuff. Right?
but you've read about it.
I have. It's true.
So go ahead and roll that for me.
Yay! Okay.
Yeah.
Yay! And that one we roll smarts first.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
That's going to be your common knowledge roll.
Okay.
And then you get a +2 to that.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm so wrong. Yes, you roll your smarts first. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you let me know what you've got, and if you get a D6
I got an 8 on
or
my
above
10.
with an 8 on your 10. Oh, okay. That's awesome. So that is a raise, so then you're going to roll a D6 in that skill for Jack of all trades.
Okay. And that is a 4.
A 4. Perfect. As you're staring at this sheet, all of that information that you've taken in about how to read maps and cartography and all that stuff start to come back to you. That's something that the Jedi have like an entire library of cartography, right? They have someone that is dedicated just to that. And they would have been able to at least open some of those stores to you as you did, your kind of walkabouts and your tours in the Jedi Council and in the chambers and all that stuff as a senator. So you start seeing these shapes and understanding what they mean. They're weaving in and out of the crags of rock, and the door looks like it might be hidden just up ahead to the right.
I think it's really close by. Right? Doesn't that look kind of like a door? And she'll just point to the spot on the paper. and just, "Do you think
Oh, there you go.
maybe we can look?
Oh,
Maybe
that's it's a lot easier than I thought it would be, which automatically makes me nervous.
maybe it's a trap."
Probably.
Oh,
Oh well.
so cool.
The Jedi would not lead you to a trap, but that does not mean others have not found this before us. Caution is always advised.
Yeah, no.
We're all so careful.
Usually pretty good at sneaking into shit I have no business sneaking into, so it'll be great. It'll be fun. That's why I'm here.
And if you get caught, your bounty will go up.
Fair enough.
We should not relish in the idea of having a bounty.
No,
You're
you're right.
understanding of this, yes?
Yeah, it's bad for you, like your health.
And you being a
Mm-hmm.
senatorial acolyte?
Yeah, I
You-
hate bounties. They're the worst.
Hey.
Everyone's
Hey.
bad.
Let's not be judgmental now.
Yeah.
That's what I do for a living. Now, if you can get me
I
hooked
know,
up with
it's
being
so
a senator,
cool.
we can talk about something else then.
Oh,
But
for
until
sure.
then, easy on the
What you
bounty.
do is really cool. Okay, I don't want to offend him. I feel like he might, I don't know, tell someone.
I can
Kill
hear
you?
you.
Oh,
Yeah, it's called a stage whisper. Come on, man. Don't blow my cool.
Coolness cannot be blown.
You got to work on your motivational speaking skills. They're just a little bit like, we're going to say it like this, and then it's kind of sound scary, but it should be really like uplifting, like Tanley here. We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to I'm watching this happen, and I'm looking at the map, and I'm looking at Makaho, and I'm looking at the map, and I'm watching this happen. I'm gonna look back at the map, shake my head, and walk. No.
Yeah. That tracks.
Can I just say nothing like Black Star Wars to introduce roasting into the galaxy? Spectacular job.
That part.
If this were a charity stream, you'd be swimming in bennies. Just an FYI, so you know how pleased I am with all of this. As y'all kind of, Mary, you get there first. The rock that's there, the door to this room, or you assume it's a room, is a rock. You can see it's a huge boulder that sits right in front of this door. If you didn't know where this was, it wouldn't be easy to find because it blends in with literally everything else. Just this map has gotten you to this point to understand that this is probably behind this extremely unwieldy rock. It's got to be at least 20 feet tall, 10 feet wide. Like it's a slab of a stone.
Okay, well, I'm decently strong. I'm not that strong. I would, however, can I take a look and see if there's anything, like a contraption, a trap? Can I look for traps? Just in
Yes,
case.
you can. Please roll me notice.
Notice. Where are you? D6. That's a 4.
4? Okay. Um, you look and you see that there don't seem to be any traps, like no tripwires, um, no probe droids in this area that you can see that might be doing surveillance or anything like that. It looks ordinary. Like it looks almost just organic, this whole area. Almost
Is it?
untouched.
You said it's sealed, right? Like it's something that can be pushed technically.
You can tell that it's not, when you walk up to it knowing what it is, you can tell that it's not a part of the rock face. It blends in, and it's the same type of rock, but it's clearly been put in front of this area.
Can Macabre
3, 2, 1,
use the
push.
Force?
You know
You
what?
see
We don't
the
always need to use
slowest
the Force.
turn of their head.
That's how it works, right?
No, listen. Okay, you know what? Let me show you what a bounty hunter can do. Since you're doubting my skills, all right. Stand back.
Oh, I'm so
These old
excited.
bolts are gonna show you what's up. All right. She's gonna definitely try to use her own strength to push
Absolutely.
the boulder away.
Give me a straight strength check.
All right. That's hilarious. That's okay. That's just barely 4.
You have 3 bennies if you'd like to use them to get a better roll.
Yes, let's do that. Even though I'm all about Billy also being embarrassed because she's like, you don't always need the Force, okay? Maybe we do. We're gonna see. Okay, that's better. That's a 7.
So you're trying to kind of push this and you feel it give. Like your massive strength, the hydraulics are working like inside your body. You can feel all those upgrades that you've kitted out really coming to life in this moment. Your body is singing, and this is what it's made for, right? You almost never
Mhm.
get to show like feats of strength as a droid, especially not as a bounty hunter. It's usually, pew
Yep.
pew, rope them up, bring them in, right?
Right.
But right now, you feel this rock starting to move. It's not going as fast as you might want, but you know that if you keep at it in the next like 10, 15 minutes, you might be able to slide it to one side. You could ask for help and for support,
I was gonna
but
say that as
I
Billy
feel like Billy's
is
like posing while like doing it, but like
Yeah.
trying to act like even though it's harder than what it is, like it's easy, but you could tell that Billy really needs help. Yes.
I'm like
I wanna take
for a
this from
person
them.
with no eyes, you could tell that they are very much keying in on the fact that this is harder than it looks.
Oh
Could
yeah,
I
this is
help?
easy.
Could,
yes.
could I help them in a sense? I'm just gonna just raise 2 fingers and just
Mm-hmm. Roll,
and
roll
just
me your
slowly help them move it.
absolutely. Roll me your force use.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
really digging in. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Don't hate me. Both of my die have exploded.
Yes.
So
Keep it going.
that is hold on. Wait. Okay, wait. I had to make sure I did that right. That plus that. What is math? 21?
Woo! So you are so low key about it. Do you want Billy to know that you have helped? You get the option because you rolled so high.
No.
Okay.
Aw.
Billy, you're there and you're pushing, right? And you give this one last bit of strength. A lot's riding on this, right?
Mhm.
Miria's watching. You want her to think you're cool.
Oh yeah.
Tanley is watching. You want her to keep thinking you're cool, right?
Mhm.
And then obviously there's a Jedi. You got to show up. So you're getting in there. And as you give your one final push, it just slides. It glides out of the way. You can almost feel it go the rest of the way without you pushing it. You've done such a great job giving that kind of that hard push into this rock. As you open it just enough for everybody to get through.
And as
Billy will take a knee and like have like the like ball up the little robotic fist and just kind of like a flex on him real quick.
Wow.
a-
And that's
a-
how it's done.
as they flex and as they like focus to themselves, and I just use my finger, I look to the other two and just turn that into a
Excellent.
Stanley's just
Outstanding.
Like, your bolts are so beautiful.
Just like flicking the jacket, like,
All the senators have way worse droids than you. You're great.
Good job. Good job, Bill. Proud of you.
Oh, also,
thanks,
that's kinda-
boss.
You pop your collar?
Oh yeah, like, thanks, boss. You know,
Perhaps I
Spectacular.
have underestimated you.
I mean, I understand. Unfortunately, there's certain history that we have to try to forget and move on, and now that we have an understanding about each other, I think we're off to a good start, friend. Mm-hmm.
And they will start to walk in.
Awesome.
Friend.
Oh, I heard it. You are friends.
Thanks,
Yes.
Stanley.
In the Mirrorlurkin language is friend.
As y'all walk into this kind of antechamber that leads into a much larger space than expected, you could have never guessed that this is what would be behind this door. Carved into this mountain is a huge room. Vaulted ceilings going up so high you can barely see the stalactites and stalagmites on either end. Parts of it dipped down so low on either side of this kind of not too narrow catwalk, probably enough for like 6 or 7 people to make it across wide, you know. But you can see kind of deep down where it descends into the ground. Clearly a precaution if it's ever stormed or there's a fight or something like that, a skirmish here. You can see lava flowing down in rivulets across all of these walls, kind of illuminating the room with a beautiful kind of golden light. And right in front of you, you see a structure. It looks almost like it's a throne, maybe a pedestal or an altar. Either way, on either side of it, in the wall behind, there are huge magma falls, just tons of lava sluicing down, creating a beautiful heat in this room. Above you, clouds and plumes of smoke and steam linger, and you can smell that kind of brimstony, sulfuric odor in the air. Surprisingly warming for you, Makaho. Um, it is both acrid and a little bit sweet in your nose as you move into this room, trying to decide what to do next. And we're going to take a break. Please come back in 10 minutes to find out what's in this throne room. Is it a throne room? What kind of shit is going on? Who else might be there? And to celebrate BIPOC and Blackness with Star Wars Day. Thank you, guys.
Donut.
Yes, donate, please.
business needs, one single platform. Go to Wix.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the BIPOC Star Wars weekend. This is The Lost Song. This is my wonderful cast. I am their GM, Candace Magnificent. We are raising money for Black Girls Code, so please, if you have it to share with us, go ahead and donate. $25 will give bennies. You can also feel free to donate any amount over that if you would like to see more diversity and more representation in tech. We need more Black creators. We need more femme creators in tech, especially so that we can get not just the actual representation of those individuals, but also their stories and their perspectives. I will play any video game that has any kind of brown character as the lead, even if I am not particularly good at it. So for people like me, go ahead and donate so I have more stuff to play. And now back to our story. I wish I had like a little like flute solo to be like doo 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 doo.
Nailed it.
So you all walk inside. You cross over this chasm that has that kind of broad bridge up into this area. The closer you get, the more confusing this shape kind of is. Everybody go ahead and roll me common knowledge, please. Also, shout out to The Magic Man and Sphinx RL. Thank you so much for your donations. It's very much appreciated. We have added 2 more bennies to the pot. Thank you.
Got a 6 on my 6, so I re-roll that shit, right? Okay.
Re-roll it. Did you get a natural 1 on both die, Makaho?
Oh, I totally forgot about the other die. No, 3.
Okay.
3.
3.
3 as
Okay.
well.
I did get a 6 on my wild die though.
Roll it again.
And then that's a 2.
Okay. 8. Perfect.
Total of 9.
9. All right.
Yeah.
So the 2 of you who got explosions, right? When you approach this pedestal in front of you, Makaho and Billy, you're having a hard time kind of understanding what it is. Makaho, when you try to look at it, it's giving off no heat. It's giving off no kind of presence. You can tell that it seems like it has maybe like a force presence within it of some kind, but you can't really tell what it is. It's really not coming across to you. Billy, it just looks like a slab of rock. It's, it's basic. To Tonli and Miri, though, you know a little bit about Mandalorians. Tonli, from all of your years of studying and research, Miri, from meeting people throughout the galaxy on your travels, that Mandalorians have forges where their armor is smelted, their Beskar is smelted. And this is a very long, inactive forge, long gone cold. As you approach and you kind of rub your hands on the outside of this, Tonli, you see that there's like a little leather belt that's kind of hanging off of one of the handles here. And as it kind of trails down, it leads to a large kind of round, almost looks like what you would use to open like the bulkhead of a ship, like a big round wheel that looks very, very tough and very rusted. But the tools of whichever armorer used this forge are still there.
I Okay, first and foremost, I want to say I think that chair is Billy's reward for doing such a good job with the door. And then second, what's this belt doing here?
There's a
Are we
wheel.
supposed to make it? Do we make the artifact?
What belt do you speak of?
I gesture to the belts. under the
Makaho over
water.
here. And I'll
I'm sorry.
uh
Oh.
I'll guide our Jedi over.
I think I'll pick the belt up. If someone else has, and I'll like start to inspect it.
Yeah. When you have it in your hands, you can feel, you can sense like a little bit of the person who held it. You don't get like a vision of them or anything like that. It
Yeah.
isn't so deep, especially because a lot of this kind of leather has been degraded.
Yep.
But you do get a sense of like the pride that somebody had as they wore this belt, as they used these tools, as they tried to, make something beautiful from the metals inherent to Mandalorian culture. Um, The belt feels like it's rather large, so the person that wore it was obviously a person of large stature. Um, and the feeling of the quality of the tools is fairly high. It feels like someone might have left this behind in a hurry rather than intentionally.
Just any of the iconography, any of the textures make me believe this is Mandalorian just by touch
Yes,
alone.
definitely,
Okay. And
definitely.
I assume I would know who the Mandalorians are. Not saying I know
Yes,
everything, of course, but
yeah, you definitely will. Um, you've heard you've heard Jedi Knight Kenobi, Jedi Master Kenobi talk about Satine and Bo-Katan and a few other Mandalorians that he had met in his travels and things like that. You've heard people talk about the Vizslas, right? Vizsla was the first Mandalorian Jedi. So these are all things that you would absolutely know, yes.
okay. And as he's kind of like feeling it and touching it, getting that tactile sensation. Why would we be sent to recover something within the Mandalorian Forge?
Maybe they thought it just looked nice with your outfit.
Mm.
Doesn't respond to that, but you see now he is intentionally opening himself up. I'm going to try to see what else is in this area.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your force use, please.
Um,
Shall I do?
Yeah. Anyone else? While Omega's rolling?
I was also gonna take a look at the rusted the wheels you said the like the pressure
Yes.
valve.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go ahead and roll me notice, please.
Um, Great. I guess base force use. I did explode my wild die, so that's an 8 in total.
Beautiful. As you're kind of using your senses to look around this room, you can see kind of little bits of glimmers here and there in the wall behind you. You're standing facing the door, like the doorway that y'all just came out of, right? That the forge kind of faces out, and then behind
Yeah.
you is a large wall with the two kind of
Magma.
magma falls behind you. Um, when you kind of turn around, you can see there's a little bit of a glimmer along the upper edges, like the middle upper edges of the walls of this room. You can see that there's kinds of like runes almost, and you would recognize that as Mandoa, right? The Mandalorian language, kind of etched into the walls. You can't quite make out what they say. They're not really like lit up in any way, but you can see that there might be like a little bit of like a spark of gold behind each of these. It's not clear enough for you to be able to read it out loud, but you do recognize that these are there.
Yeah.
You also kind of get the sense that the person who wielded these weapons might have assisted in the creation of this room.
Mm,
And you also get kind of a sense of calm when you touch the forge itself.
yeah.
It's clear that this was a place of reverence.
Yeah.
What did you get, Miri?
I rolled a 5.
Okay. With your 5, you look down at this. You can see it is rusted from disuse. It looks like there's a lot of gunk and kind of ash and things like that in there. It looks very kind of unwieldy. However, you have thievery.
Yes, I do.
So I think you might want to roll that and see if that might help you figure out what you need to do here.
Can I support?
Absolutely. What would you like to do to support? Like, what are you saying or doing to give that bump?
Um, in particular, do I notice that boss is messing around with any type of machinery in
You,
particular?
you definitely see her looking at this wheel. It's very, very rusted. It looks like old
Oh,
and very kind of just stuck in place.
I think I know what to do with this, and I'm gonna try to have where I help with kind of almost repair, like trying to basically have it where it's not wedged in that position or can be moved.
Awesome. Please roll me your repair. And because you're supporting, you get a free reroll on this if you don't enjoy the outcome. We will take whichever
Okay,
you prefer.
copy that.
Mhm.
That was a 4.
Okay. Do you want to do another one just in case?
Yeah. Oh, 5.
Okay, awesome. So you are going to then move forward with a 5. You got a 4, right, Miri?
I got a 5 on my wild die for that.
Got it. Okay. So that's not quite a raise. If somebody else wants to help, please feel free. Or we can spend a Benny to re-roll your roll, Miri, now that you have the support.
I'll go ahead and spend a Benny.
Okay. Because you'll get an answer with a 4, but you'll do it with a raise.
There we go. Yeah, that's a 4.
Okay. On both?
Just on the regular thievery.
Oh,
On-
it,
did
I
you roll
can
your wild die
inspire
too?
though, right?
Huh?
Yeah, you have a +1 because of the inspiration that you're getting from Billy.
Then there we
Did
go.
you-
Got this,
What did you get
boss.
on your wild die?
I got a 5.
A 5. Okay. So that's a 6. It's not like a super success, but I can tell you that you get the distinct sense that this just needs some elbow grease. Like you just need to really get in there and wrench this thing open.
Yeah, okay. We'll do that. And Mary's gonna take off their outer jacket, roll up their sleeves. It's like
You're
a
so
knuckle crack.
Got this. Oh yeah.
Get it.
And I'm assuming that would be athletic.
Yep. I believe you have a D8 plus your D6.
Mm-hmm. That is a 6.
Awesome. You pull and push and pull and push. You go back and forth. All of you can hear the grinding sounds as Miri works and labors on this thing. And eventually you get like this burst of energy. You hear Billy saying, yeah, boss, you're awesome, right? And you turn it. And as it gives way, it becomes easier and easier to turn as you turn it until it can't go anymore. Makaho, you're the first person to notice this. There's a very slight temperature change in the room that you're sensitive to. And you can see everything it's almost like someone is like turning the lights on in your vision, right? In your senses. Tanley, you might be the next person who sees it. You're standing at the forge and you're looking at this kind of big wall behind you, this slab of rock, and you start seeing this like orangey yellow glow flickering behind these carved runes, like a big, almost mural of carved runes there. It slowly fills behind all of them, and you can see there's a beautiful story of the Mandalorians and their history and House Vizsla and who they were and what they meant to the Jedi and what he meant to the Jedi across the walls. But behind you, there is, because it's all like kind of it's the messaging of the actual Mandoa, but also like like almost like hieroglyphics, like really beautiful intricate works of art that are kind of showing this story. And then behind you, written in Mandoa, is a message. Do any of you want to roll me common knowledge to see if you speak that language? Normally, this would be in Savage Worlds, you would have languages that you speak, like if you're playing Savage Pathfinder, but because we're in a galaxy and it's huge and we have comms and things like that, as a matter of fact, Brianna, if you don't want to roll common knowledge, you'd rather use like your hacking or your electronics, you can use that. You can argue to use anything. If you have research, you can use that.
Okay.
Definitely electronics. I feel like it would be kind of like almost like a translator of sorts.
Yep.
Yeah.
But is this in the system? We'll find out.
I was like, maybe it's something that might have been trained as a language at some
Mhm.
point for Tenley, but
I
might
don't.
also be a little esoteric.
I don't think Makaho knows.
Okay.
Oh,
That's fair.
I got a 6 on the die. I'm
Yay.
rolling again.
Go again. Yes.
That was only 4 though.
Oh, that's okay. That's a 10. That's awesome.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Did anybody
I
beat a 10?
got a 6 on my wild die. I'm gonna
Okay.
roll again.
Yes. We love explosions.
We do.
Ooh, and that's a 5 on the second roll.
11. Okay.
Spicy.
Tenley.
Just a solid 5, baby.
All right. No problem. You know what it is? You are in awe.
I
right
am.
now.
I want to take pictures. Like I'm taking selfies.
You say out loud, like you hold up your communicator, Billy, like your translator, And the device like kind of just shows you the letters kind of appearing. It looks like it scrambles and then unscrambles to, the common tongue that you speak, right? And you read it out loud. It says, "A lost union in the song, forged beneath the flames."
A lost union in the song, forged beneath the flames.
As you finish reading it out loud, the forge springs to life, a beautiful glow coming from it. The inner ring of flames, like a beautiful bluish white color, indicating how very, very hot it is, with the outer rings kind of holding on to that more orange and red hue.
Weird question, Makaho, if you know the answer. Are there any Mandalorian Jedi?
There. I mean, there only just one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Vizsla.
Like for sure, for sure.
There is.
Super positive.
Are they still alive?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There was one.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
No reason. Just connecting some dots, Being curious, thinking about stuff. Silly me. Guys, do you think this is a weird forge for like a Mandalorian Jedi or some shit?
Well, I just hope that I didn't activate like some type of kill switch or something that would cause this whole area to
That sounds
collapse.
great.
Uh,
You'd be so strong when the rocks
no.
fall. You just catch them and push them out of the way, and then Miri would like dodge, and Makao would push other rocks. It would be great.
Billy,
Yeah,
Pictures.
that's stressful. That's very
Oh.
stressful.
Oh, I believe
Billy,
you.
as you're talking, can you give me a stealth roll?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
You said stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Not like agility or like athletic. Cool. 2 1s. Uh-huh.
Two
Cool.
ones.
Cool.
A
Solid.
critical failure.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have to tell you,
Let's do this.
This is one of the few times this is actually awesome for you. I genuinely did not plan this. I am filled to the brim with glee. You are talking about, I really hope I didn't like unleash anything or do something that's gonna make this crumble, or
we all die here. Nobody finds our bodies,
you lean on the forge and it starts to shake. The entire ground, you can feel it moving. You can hear the rocks, Makaho, as like something is happening.
What have you done?
Oh, we spoke too soon.
I just said the thing. You guys need a translator. I translated.
Your translations cannot make the earth shake. Well, the ground shake. Why is it shaking?
I don't know. What was it? Union and a song and and forge. Oh wait, what the hell? I just translated it. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
Does the shaking feel steady or does it feel rhythmic, like something's moving?
It feels steady.
Okay.
Everybody give me a vigor roll, please.
No.
That's going to be in your basic attributes, your core.
No, what if I don't?
What if we don't?
What if I'm just secretly super vigorous?
5.
Okay, good enough.
Damn.
Okay.
We roll the wild die with this too, right?
Yes, you do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a Benny on that.
There you go. Get it going.
All right.
Yep.
That was bad.
Get it going.
I have 2
That's better.
so far on a
Billy's just malfunctioning.
You have a 4,
Stress.
Tomley?
I have a 9 total. My 4 exploded twice.
Oh. Let's go.
This is the miracle of some
Nice.
savage worlds, y'all.
I'm secretly very vigorous.
Beautiful.
It's the energy.
Yeah.
Adrenaline.
We are going to be going until 2, everyone in the audience. So if you have it, please donate some more bennies. We are down to only 1. Thank you, Omega, for that check-in. So all of you are able to stay standing as this shaking happens. No one is knocked prone. No one's knocked to their knees. All of you are able to kind of hold your ground and stay standing as this shaking happens. Makaho, you look down at the ground and you see that beneath the forge itself, there is a slot that is opening up. It's almost like it's going this way, but it's shaking the entire platform that you're on. It opens just enough, maybe about 4 feet.
Almost like the echolocation filling that recess. Something has revealed itself.
What is it?
That is the
I'll
question.
right now. Go over and take a look. I'll like crouch down.
Inside is a beautiful glittering box. Do you take it out?
I'm gonna check for traps first.
Go ahead. Roll me notice.
Listen, I've played too many rogues and forgotten to check for traps at the worst possible time, and then gotten myself.
Can I assist them in this looking for traps? While they're looking
Totally.
physically, I'm looking metaphysically, if you will.
Yeah, definitely.
So notice correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to my
Four?
okay. Let me do this.
I take a picture.
Wow, what am I D8? Okay, there you go.
I
Posterity.
don't know if
family,
that's the time for this. We might be dying soon.
How?
No, so they need evidence.
Because I'm using force vibes and
Uh-huh.
etc. How much of my negative am I going to take to this?
So you're not using your eyesight, so I'm not going to force you to take any negative to it. It's only when you're actually trying to look. You're
Okay.
trying to use your senses, so you don't
Okay,
have your
cool.
negatives for that.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Then that is. I'm going to use. I'm going to use the free Benny because I have
Okay.
it. Do you
All right.
reroll both die or just the main die?
Both.
Okay, good. Those are very low. Okay. We got an explosion.
Woo.
We got an explosion on a still low die. This is bull. 6 in total.
Okay. So you check for traps. You've got now a 5, I believe. You check for the traps, and you do see one button. That's
Wait,
like
I
hidden.
just lied.
Hmm?
8 in total. I would
8
have
in
added
total.
it to the 6, not to the 2 that I got. Great job.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Okay. So then you see the button, Miri. You're just at the right angle. If you were standing behind the forge instead of to the side of it, you would have never noticed that there, and it would have sprung the trap for sure. You can
10
see
in
the
total,
wiring.
not 8. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm mathing wrong.
That's okay.
Once again, this is to support Black girls' code so they can do math.
That
Someone's got it because my ass sure can't.
not a math gay. Not
No.
a math gay.
I'm not a math gay.
No. Wish I were, but no. So you see inside this little thing, and because of your experience and because of your background as a scoundrel, you can see the network kind of rolling up into the rest of this area. If you had sprung that trap, the area behind the opening of this box, there's a large kind of divide that is closed right now that would have absolutely opened this entire platform and thrown y'all down into the depths. But you checked for traps. You're good. You have nothing to worry about. And as you reach delicately in to pull this box out, you see that it is made of a gorgeous, shiny, glossy Beskar. It's like this beautiful iron silvery color. On the front is emblazoned a crest. It looks like almost like a creature with like a big nose apparatus or something. Anybody who wants to know what this is, please roll me common knowledge and we'll go with the highest.
I'll take that. I don't know
D4,
shit.
come
I'm
on, please.
super distracted by the shiny metal. In fact, like anyone who's looking would see Miri's like feline slitted pupils kind of blow out a little bit, like a cat that's about to go into asshole mode.
So the highest we got is a 4?
Yeah, I got 2 1s.
Sounds
I think
like
it's a
it.
space elephant.
Okay.
Space elephant.
That's fair. Space elephant, not
Elephant,
necessarily wrong. Okay. So if the audience would like to donate a reroll,
Do the thing.
you can know a little bit
Do
more about
it.
what this is.
You know what? No, I'm gonna use one of my actual bennies.
Okay.
I have not touched them yet, so we might as
Okay.
well.
Oh yeah, we do have our
'Cause you
own.
need to
Oh
know.
Yeah.
no,
So right.
I forgot.
It's okay. Listen, we're in a charity stream. You should be using them free bennies first.
Hey, hold on. right on.
I like those sounds.
Both of them exploded. Let's go.
Keep it up.
Let's go.
Okay, 12.
12. Oh,
Yes.
Tahoe,
Excuse me.
You run your fingers over this crest on this box. There is an electricity that almost hits you like a ton of bricks. You've seen these creatures displayed in the books and learnings and things like that you have done at the Jedi Temple, the Jedi Temples before all over the galaxy. This is a mudhorn. It is a creature kind of like what we know as a rhinoceros, similar to that, but with a very large and prominent horn at the front of its face. And inside of the box, when you open it, your fingers kind of touch first a little soft, like pillow. It feels almost like it's been wrapped in like some leather material, like a leather fabric. It feels very similar to the belt that you had picked up earlier. On top of that is a hilt. It's a lightsaber hilt. Except when you touch it, it feels a lot more like a sword hilt. The thing that's giving away what it actually is to you are the assortment of kyber crystals wrapped in a gauzy black fabric sitting next to it within this box. It feels powerful. It feels like it's been imbued with some kind of, I don't know, representative of the Force? Maybe the Force itself? And as you wrap your hand around the blade, roll me a spirit check, please.
Is this gonna be what I think it is? Is this what?
That's gonna be worth so many credits.
Is this what I think
Macau?
it is?
Oh my gosh.
You're not touching this.
Okay.
This is
Fair.
one of those things that we don't.
We have exploded once.
Okay.
12. Sorry, I had to make because I had to make see which one actually I take. So I got a 7 on my main die. Wild die exploded, got to a 5, so 12.
Okay, you stay grounded in this moment. Your fingers are grazing this just gently. You don't want to pick it up. You know that if you feel like maybe you shouldn't, but as your fingers touch it, you do get this overwhelming sense of I don't know, a strong power that is radiating almost from within you, but it doesn't quite feel like it's your own. The room around you is vibrating. The air is absolutely humming and your senses get hazy. Your hearing starts to kind of get muted. You can hear everyone in the background. You're still present in the moment, but it's like they're far away and you're just in like a void almost. Even your detect senses start to waver as you see them kind of take shape in a different way. As you straighten back up and you finally are able to, with that D12, with that 12, as you're able to kind of find your center and refocus, you look around and you're in a city street. You can't quite see where you are, but the outlines have completely changed. You are no longer in a cave. You can hear the sound of people screaming, clinking sounds, the buzzing hum of lights, a casino. And here's sabak players in the background, throwing down bets and antes and things like that. You can smell the liquor kind of rolling out in waves from this establishment that you seem to be standing in front of. You can feel the stickiness of the air, even though you are not in a place where that would be normal. You can hear a woman pickpocketing a street away. You can feel the speeders racing around you and above you. And as you're trying to get your bearings, you hear, "Whatever are you doing in Mandalorian space, dear sibling?"
Panade, what do you want?
Just a little check-in. Nothing to worry about.
There is always something to worry about when it comes to you.
Nonsense. I'm minding my business, enjoying a little R&R, as they say.
And yet you're within mine and my business.
When you're on a mission for the council, it seems to be something I should know about. No? I won't ruin it for you. I'm just observing.
This is not the time to meddle.
Who are you with? Is that a battle droid?
It matters not to you.
I have things to do, people to see, but I might see you soon.
If you find yourself in the space that I reside, it will not be a gut reunion, brother.
Do you promise? There isn't anywhere in the galaxy I wouldn't go to find you.
Find out and see for yourself.
Roll me spirit one more time to resist as he tries to take you over.
Oh no!
I have exploded once on my
Ooh,
wild
oh, thank God.
die. I have exploded again on my wild die.
Shout out to Anonymous and Jedi Jody and Darth Flit. Thank you so much for the bennies, and I love you.
15.
The bennies must flow.
The bennies
15.
must flow.
You slam the doors of your mind shut, and you can hear him wail in pain as he's extended his reach way too deep into your mind and gets caught there for a second before moving back. The rest of you see this happen in just a few minutes. Really not too much time has passed for the rest of you. For you, Makaho, you've been in this for like a couple of minutes. And when you come back, you feel the lingering presence of that dark energy. Not a pull to the dark side per se, but definitely an echo in your mind, knowing that the other side of you, that other side of your personhood, belongs and resides with your brother.
You
As y'all-
hear a whisper to himself as he seamlessly comes to what is him right now. I will find you, and I will end you.
You
All of
right,
you
Jedi?
hear that aloud.
I know that I activated stuff, but I feel like now you have a nice new lightsaber. There's no need to end me now. Just putting it out there.
Apologies. Do not fret. I was not referring to you.
Oh, that's a relief. All right.
This
Are you
lightsaber,
Mm-hmm.
it's we were talking about a certain Jedi,
Mm-hmm.
who was a Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
and we were in a Mandalorian forge and just found a Jedi hilt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lightsaber hilt. Is this a dark saber?
Maybe?
Oh,
Roll me common knowledge.
Oh no.
what?
I'm going to give you a +2 because you're a Jedi.
Okay. +2 would make that a 6.
Okay. So you're not positive. You think maybe it might be. You're getting the sense that this is a fail-safe because you know that Vizsla, that Clan Vizsla, took that
Yeah.
when he died, right? So you
Yeah.
know that there's one in existence, like in the world.
Okay.
This almost feels like this could be for the next Mandalorian Jedi.
Gotcha.
As all of you are kind of taking this in and kind of gaining your bearings, you walk back out to your ship. You can see that the cantina by now has kind of closed down. Things are pretty dark in this area. The stars are shining and glittering in the sky, giving you a little bit of light. Some of the light is coming off of the moons as well that are now in full view. Some of them big and looming large, some of them a little bit further off in the distance. All 4 of them absolutely beautiful. It's a gorgeous night in front of you. And as you turn the corner to take a look at your ship, we are going to get into initiative.
Oh.
Y'all see
Well,
3 individuals in Mandalorian uniforms, but they're not like regular Mandalorian uniforms. It's not like just bare Beskar or like maybe a couple of colors or something. They're dressed in like black, red, and white with all kinds of symbols and sigils on the outsides of their armor. All three of them have their blasters drawn, and behind them, next to their ship, is a tied up and bound and gagged Speeve, looking terrified.
Nobody.
So
Yeah,
our
we fighting.
order,
We
our order
we knucking
once
and bucking and ready
again.
to fight. Like
They
Laura,
got
we're
Speeve.
giving
They got Speeve.
They got our
No.
buddy. Hell nah.
our baby.
The
Laura,
other baby must be protected.
you've got a King of Hearts,
Oh.
CB, two of Spades. You can
That's
spend a
rude.
Benny for a better card if you want.
That's horrible.
Oh, the best one. Let's
Yes.
go.
10 Lee, Ace of Spades, awesome Nix. And then this is a 7 of Diamonds for
Seven,
Brianna.
all
Does
right,
anybody
all right.
want to spend a Benny
I am
to get a
I
better
am
card?
spending one of the free bennies because that's
All right,
horrible.
all right.
That's one of the worst things you can get. No.
7
take
of Spades, perfect.
And that goes
These-
before, I'm pretty sure, mine, right?
Yes. mhm.
Yes. Okay.
And then your enemies are all going to go on 1. Huh. King of Spades. Enemies are going
Uh-oh.
first.
That's bad.
So I'm going to give y'all a bargain.
Oh.
If you would like me to redraw for the bad guys, it'll cost a Benny.
Take it.
I'll use one of my bennies.
Well, we have
Yeah?
a free one still.
No.
We have a free one.
The audience paid for this. Save
So
it.
yeah.
Okay.
They are now
okay,
gone. They are
okay.
now
They
gone.
want to keep you safe. They think you're precious cargo. Okay,
Are we-
group Benny?
Yeah. That's you know what? Okay. You know what?
9 of Hearts.
It's
That's
better than a
better.
king.
That's
That's
better.
better.
That's better. I'll
Better.
take it.
All right. So first up, we've got Laura. Laura, what do you want to do? We're not going to do a full combat because we've got about 30 minutes left. So this is going to be a quick encounter, which means that each of you is going to go ahead. I didn't actually have to draw cards, but I really like drawing the cards and they're like really cute and everything. So Laura, you're going to go first. You're going to tell us what you plan to do in this round of combat, right? And we will resolve it as the second that you roll. You're going to tell us what you're rolling and what you're trying to do.
Okay. So we've got Speeve, who is scared and kidnapped, essentially.
Yes. Oh, I forgot to drop
is-
Speeve.
Speeve.
Speeve is your buddy. Ace of Hearts.
Thank goodness. Who
on, Speeve.
has their weapon trained on Speeve?
Anyone or no one?
No, the enemies.
Huh.
Enemies, correct?
Yeah, like
Oh,
who,
the
the
enemies.
baddies. Yeah.
So there's 3 of them. There's Punk A, Punk B, and Punk C. Punk A has the weapon trained on Speeve.
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
I'm gonna shoot that damn weapon out of his hand.
yeah, you are. All right. So you have coordinated fighting, and you are in the presence of Billy, who also has coordinated firing, also has coordinated firing. So you're going to be at a +2 for the shooting roll because you are making a called shot in Savage Worlds. That's usually a -2 because you're specifically saying where you want to be. This is a straight roll for this called shot now because you have that +2. So get in there.
That.
I got your back, boss.
That's a
Let's get 'em.
7.
A 7.
Nice.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, you fire and you see the person just drop their weapon. Like their hand just the weapon almost explodes in their hand as you get them. And you can see the look on their face, even though you can't see their face, like their body language is giving, oh shit, right? The other two look, the one in the middle, Punk B, kind of straightens their back, but Punk C kind of takes a step back away from all of you. and
Next
looks
one's
to
a
the door.
headshot.
Yeah, they kind
They
of
mean it.
hold the weapon. Makaho, you can hear the rattling of their blaster from their trembling.
Good.
Awesome. Next up, who do we have? We have Nyx. What are you doing?
Oh gosh, I'm so overwhelmed at how cool this moment is, but
Mhm.
also I'm terrified for the first time. This is weird. I don't like it. I take a picture. And I just kind of like put my little hands up. It's like, is there any way we could negotiate? What are you here for? If If you wanted a drink, you could have just asked him.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay. Drop it. Oh, that's 2 explodes. And my regular die is a D10. So.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Oh, that one's cocked. Hold on.
We got a twaka.
All right. We have an 11 and a 10. Those are
Our
our
best.
totals. So our beautiful
All right.
11.
So you say this, and Punk C backs up, puts his weapon to the side, and is like, yes, I think that'll do. I don't listen. I don't know what you were trying to do, man, but I don't really feel comfortable continuing this. We were waiting for people to open this. It's open now. We can just go inside. I mean, it doesn't. Are you guys hiding the box that you have, or is it just like in your hands, like walking around?
Who?
I think Makaho has it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Would you have cloaked it?
yeah,
have it
I
up?
mean, like once people have been seen, he's going to immediately like stow it. Yeah.
Awesome. So Punk number 3 is like, I mean, nobody's carrying the box. We just you need to get in there and
Sorry,
and
what
solve it
box?
real quick. Take it. It's not a big deal. What? Excuse me?
I'm sorry, what?
Shit.
I'm gonna wait in the ship.
There's a lot
And
of
you see
crates
him
out
just
here.
he leaves. He walks into the ship and vanishes. Punk B is there like, just me? Okay. You hear him crack his neck and his shoulders as he goes
we're
into a
doing
firing stance.
it.
Next, we have our little homie. I'm gonna roll his vigor to get him out of this situation. I feel terrible for this little guy. He is terrified. Makaho, you are very aware of how intense his breathing has gotten. It's very labored. He is obviously extremely scared.
Yeah.
Did not expect this kind of thing to go down, especially after y'all arrived to kind of
Okay.
solve this issue. Oh, that's a 6.
Hey.
All right. Your Jedi intuition and interaction with them earlier has given this person so much life. Like I said, when you left, you can see the blue glow from the kyber that he was bestowed with as they finished their interaction with you. And in this moment, they make a connection with you. They reach out, and feeling you there, they're able to use their force powers to push themselves out of that kind of bind, right? That carbon string that is wrapped around them. And y'all see as they kind of struggle to get to their feet, he kind of shakes it off. And you see him kind of take up a look as he touches his temple to ready himself for his next attack on his next turn against this person. Next,
Shout out to Speeve.
we got our bad guy. Our bad guy is a badass, y'all. He's got a really heavy weapon. He does not announce who he is. All he says is, "We are Death Watch. We watch the galaxy. We watch the Outer Rim. We are here to make sure that you do not steal our culture, as so many have before us. We're here to make sure pacifism is not the way of the Mandalorians. To fight that and to reclaim our warrior race. If you stand in the way of that, you stand in the way of Mandalore." And he brandishes his weapon. He's going to roll his shooting. Dang. Thank God GMs have bennies. Woo! Terrible.
Well,
Again? Listen, when I run Savage Worlds, I always roll like a joke. It's terrible. Aw, don't do this to me. I'm trying to get some stuff done, man. Doing cool stuff. Don't fall on the ground.
these dice are running from you.
It's because these dice are too big of a fan of y'all, is what it is. People are just taking up my time, being too good.
Thanks, Dice. We love you, Dice.
All right, I've spent all my bennies. I have 3 GM bennies. Unless somebody wants to give me a benny, there's no benny pool for the GM. The GM has gotten a 5, which is sort of a success. They're trying to take out the Jedi. Is your parry above a 5, Makaho?
It is.
Of course it is. He lets out a blaster bolt at
yeah.
you. It fires. It goes in your direction. What do you do?
Yeah. As a Jedi Knight, which is great. Again, no eyes because you know what, you don't need them. Accessibility, let's go. But they've been so focused on Spieth and making sure Spieth is like has that resolve, and it's like a certain movie where a blaster bolt went for Kylo, and what did he do? He just turns his head, and the blaster stops right here. It just
Excellent.
and then suddenly fires directly back at him. As once per
Excellent.
turn, I can redirect one range attack that fails, and I can redirect it as a free attack. So I'm immediately just, you have
Okay.
tried my patience. I no
Roll
longer
me.
have any.
Ooh, roll me your shooting, please.
I shall.
Let's
Uh,
go.
Now, question. I don't necessarily have shooting as a skill. It just says I can redirect it as a free attack. So what should I use? Because I don't have shooting. I have fighting. I don't have shooting.
Instead you can use your fighting, or you can use your force use, since that's what you're using anyway to redirect
Okay.
this blast.
Bet.
Mhm.
I will gladly do that.
Cool.
Thank you, oh kind and merciful GM.
Yes.
Let's do that. Force use. That is that is a 6.
A 6. So
Yep.
you shoot this back, and you see it does damage him. Roll. Let's see, blaster damage. Roll 3d6 for this heavy weapon.
Okay.
That's brutal.
13.
A 13.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's twice his toughness, so he takes a wound. You guys can see just rivulets of blood kind of pouring out of this armor, causing those red areas to turn almost burgundy, like a blackened burgundy in the moonlight. And he grabs his side and looks at all of you. He's now holding his blaster with one hand, which means he's going to be at -1 to shoot all of you on his next turn. And he hisses, the sound kind of echoing in this this very mechanical sound that's coming out of the voice box of this helmet. You cannot frighten me. I am empowered by the belief of my people. People call us zealots. They're wrong. We are warriors, and you will not best me. Not you, Jedi, and not your friends. Next up, I believe this card belongs to CB.
I think so. Yeah, because we both had the same one, but I had a spade. Yeah. I was like, sure, I think so. They take a step forward as they notice that the bullet has definitely hit the blaster has definitely hit, and they look over at Speed once more just to make sure they're okay. Looks back at this individual. You will find that having friends can help you when times are tough. It would seem that yours have gone, or, and he looks at the other one that's been blasted already, or no longer of service. You have chosen wrong. And he's just going to raise his, actually no. So he's had like a tie around his eyes, where his eyes would be, and he reaches back and he unties it. And you can see that there is it's not shaking, but you can tell that this is maybe a moment of lack of calmness for a moment. And he says, and you can tell just based off the interaction that he had earlier, he's dipping into a space he typically never dips into. And as he begins to tie his hands around this fabric, he says, "You are a disgrace, and you will find out what it means to be an enemy of the Jedi." I'm going to attempt to force choke him.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll me your force use, please.
Yep. Okay. That has exploded. That is a 17.
Feel the darkness within you. Yes.
And I guess and as I'm twisting this fabric, this fabric that actually belonged to my brother that I now wear around my eyes, you just see him just start to rise off the ground. as I'm holding up, and so I'm technically force binding him, but I'm choking him, keeping him in the air.
He is clawing at his neck frantically. You see the blood kind of pouring a little bit more rapidly now that you have cut off that supply to the throat, just sluicing down the front of his uniform as his helmet starts to shake and you see it kind of crack, exposing a piece of his flesh. There's like a pale kind of almost milky white skin underneath with a golden eye staring back at you. This eye is giving all of the indication of fear to the rest of you that can actually like see what is happening. Makaho, for you, you feel the energy coming off of this person change. What was once very kind of forceful and powerful and strength and like confident energy is now this very opposite energy, almost close to, if not just below, where our friend Speeve's energy was before you entered the scene. And you can hear him just say, I submit. I submit, please. I submit. You are Jedi. You are Jedi. Why are you? I submit. Please, no, please. And you hear him kind of
Something
struggle to
tells
speak to
me
you.
you are lying, and I don't like lies.
He stops protesting. You feel his grip kind of slacken. And he says, anything for the cause. And bites the inside of his jaw. You see a static electricity. The rest of you see the whole helmet kind of shake and almost implode with the power. But for you, Makaho, you see like the electric bolts of that lightning coming from whatever chip he just bit on to kill himself. And he goes limp as you lower him back down onto the ground. As you guys kind of take a moment to breathe in this space, Brianna, what do you want to do? There's one more of these guys in the ship, and the ship is definitely on. Someone is piloting it. They haven't left, but they're gonna.
Okay. Well, I had a cool speech prepared about our beliefs in the power of friendship and pacifism is actually okay. Well, all right. And then after that whole little speech, it's gonna start running towards the ship. And at breakneck speed, as fast as their little metal legs can carry them, in order to try to stop the other person. Am I able to get there in time?
Absolutely.
Once inside, Benny's gonna take that stance of like almost like a cowboy in a western. So tell me, you feel lucky, punk? And then it's gonna pull. I'm gonna use a Benny for this.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to pull what almost is like kind of like a larger size. It looks like a dice.
Okay.
But presses the top part of that die and tosses it in their direction. It's basically a stun device.
Okay.
But it's gonna roll, and then once it hits at the ground where they're standing, it's gonna activate.
Okay. So go ahead and just roll me your electronics, because I feel like this is something, either your electronics or your repair, because I feel like this is something that you might have cooked up yourself rather than it being something that's more standard. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm basically saying that I'm using my Benny that I had MacGyvered something in the past that was basically a stun device in case they got in trouble, in times like this.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
If you get a raise, I'm going to give you a treat.
Get that raise. Get that raise. Raise energy. Raise energy.
It's 5.
Raise.
It's 5.
Why don't you spend a Benny?
Okay.
I want to give you the cool thing.
6.
Does anybody want to
that means that
inspire to help?
Yeah.
I will use my common bond because me and Billy, we got the power of friendship.
Oh, that's beautiful.
To give you one of my bennies.
I'm going to give you a +2 because of that.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Tonley has been waiting for this moment the entire adventure.
Just
cool everyone is.
I feel it. The power of friendship.
Yeah.
That's going to take your 6 to an 8, which is exactly what you need. You let that off and you haul ass. You go back as quickly as you possibly can to back out of this and extract yourself. Because you're a battle droid, I'm not even going to like deal with your pace and all of that stuff. It is your
Yes.
job. It was your job to run and walk long distances. I'm not going to go into all of that. But you are able to get out just in time.
There's just that
for
leap
this-
of like you see her little metal body just jumping,
Yes.
leaping off the ship, and just superhero landing. But then also too, you might hear like a weird clunking. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to fix that later. We'll worry about it another time.
Bud.
All right.
Oh, bud.
Ugh.
You land in that power pose, and everybody else sees behind Billy. Not only is there like a flashbang of stun power that happens, but electricity surges through this entire vessel. Right? It looks like it's like a modded kind of Razor Crest sort of ship, and it has this like amazing like almost greenish energy, very unusual to see, kind of like zapping out of like every piece of it, right, over top of the metal and the structure itself. It is an EMP stun device. So it gives that electromagnetic pulse to ground the ship and stuns the pilot. Y'all are free to go. There's nobody else here. Speeve stands up, asks to give each of you a hug to show their thanks,
I'm waiting for a hug.
tells you to go with the Force. They're resigned to their fate here on this planet. They feel that they still have atonement. They say, don't worry about the rock. He'll put it back.
I think Makaho, as he comes back down, though,
Mm-hmm.
seeing that resolve come back to him and accepts the hug.
It's surprisingly
am-
warm for a Trandoshan.
I am no Jedi Master, nor do I ever claim to be, not yet. I have time still. But what I have seen today, what you have done in the face of turmoil, strife, these trials and tribulations that were put upon you when you tried your best to be living a life of tranquility. I believe you could find a different way of atoning.
A different
If you would
way.
like, I could always use someone to help, to assist. If you'd like to join us.
If you think I can. I don't deserve to be a Jedi again, but I could serve in other ways, in other places, here, as a representative.
The
Whatever
Force
you might
moves
need.
within you, and I believe
Yes.
there's much more to you than living out here and alone. Come with us.
More the merrier.
Oh,
Be our new best friend, Speeve.
I will pack. May I have one moment? They run back. It takes literally no time at all. They bring like a bindle, basically, like a stick with a little thing tied on it. It's basically that amount of stuff that they bring. You see them kind of say goodbye to the people that are inside the cantina. There's only 2 of them, same people that were in there before. They pat the droid on their way out, obviously giving them kind of the run of this establishment, and get on your ship. As y'all go into hyperspace, Miri, can you give me another piloting check to go super duper fast to get you where you need to
Super
be?
duper fast.
To infinity and beyond. Wait,
I
wrong.
take back what I said
Cross the
before about
streams.
motivational speeches. That was fantastic. I would be leaking oil if I could.
That is 5.
5. Awesome. You get back. It takes you about the amount of time that you would think. You don't really get back too fast. You're not chased. You don't pass that ship. Thankfully, you're definitely flying under the radar. That Twi'lek Jedi comes back on just to check how things are going. It is a very brief conversation, far less chatty than the first time. And she only speaks to you, Miri. A surprising amount of respect in her tone this second time. As y'all pull up onto the planet, you see below you the beautiful shining city of Coruscant. All of the lights lit up as the sun starts to rise. It is basically the break of dawn there. All of the vehicles kind of going around the upper city, the lower city, still covered in that patina of smog. Can't really see too much down there from up here. Um, it strikes you, Billy, and you, Miri, the most, that disparity as you roll into the planet that the Jedi call home. And as you land in front of the Jedi Council structure, right, the building where they all kind of meet and collect and convene, um, Junior Senator Tanley, um, this is really the first time that you've been in a position to see that disparity between the social classes on this planet. You've been to the lower city before. You understand the plight of its people, but the difference is remarkable, to say the least.
Yeah, I think this is also one of the first time where like Tanley realizes that like she doesn't fit in as much as a senator, either and also as a smuggler. Like she fits in kind of nowhere. Like she's too clean to be a smuggler, but she's also too a little bit weird to be a senator either. So like she's just kind of having this moment of just like, where do I go here? Now would be a really great time for an awesome group hug. Just throwing it out there. I'm having some feelings. No, okay, all right.
No.
I'll just sit back down.
No. I'm sorry. My arms can only lift certain degrees, but
I appreciate the
I
virtual hug.
okay. It might be cold because I mean
I love the cold.
lack of body temperature. You know.
My home is an ice world. I love the cold.
Speeb's like, I'm cold-blooded. I don't mind.
Bring it in, Steve.
And you're an awesome smuggler, and I'm sure you're going to be an amazing senator person when
Thanks.
you do the thing.
Maybe.
You got this.
Whatever, hug time. She just like brings everybody in. Tries to bring in Miriam Makaho, like gestures, like, hey. But doesn't.
As you all are enjoying this moment of reverie and are coming down from this adventure, someone opens up the doors to this temple and comes out. They are dressed in a very kind of new-looking Jedi Knight garb. It looks like it's almost ill-fitting, like they haven't quite settled into it yet. Their lightsaber hilt at their waist. She has olive green skin and black diamonds across the top of her nose and cheeks. A Moralin. And as she kind of like looks all of you over, she says to you, Makaho, I don't think there was any kind of agreement for you to bring others back, but, mission successful?
This isn't my superior, correct?
No.
Okay.
No, you've seen this person around.
Yeah.
They were a Padawan.
Yeah. You were not informed of the mission because it was not your mission.
No, I know a little bit about it. My master, well, my Jedi master, the Jedi master. It doesn't matter. I was sent because they would like to see you in the chambers. You're to give me the box. I'm going to bring it to the library for cataloging. And I have, and she pats down the front of her robes and pulls out an envelope. 2 of them. One for Miri and one for Billy. When you open it up, there is like a receipt for credits deposited directly into your account, as well as a pardon for your crimes. Both of your names have been struck from the wanted record for your participation and excellence in this from the
They're
Jedi.
like tartar sauce.
Oh wow.
I mean,
I'm so rude. I am Jedi Knight Offie. Hello. Sorry. I should
Pleasure to meet you.
led with that. Yes, you're a battle droid.
Well, I am a individual that had a past, now taking on a new persona and whole gig. You know, Billy. Pleasure to meet you.
Wow. Yeah. I know people who have reinvented themselves to mixed success.
always
It's not
gonna
always a
have
bad
amazing
idea.
success because they've got friends to support them.
Oh, friends. I have a friend.
Who's your
Padawantano.
friend?
Great person.
They
Anyway,
will hand the box over to Offie.
thank you.
I will meet the council. And
They're waiting inside. I think Master Windu wants to speak with you.
immediately, like, yep.
Oh.
We'll look back at the three. Thank you for your time. I'm sure this is not the last time our paths will cross.
One last chance for a hug, buddy. Eve?
Do it. Yeah.
He runs in. Yes! Nailed it.
Yeah.
Be well, Jedi.
As you disappear behind the doors, Makaho, you hear the little click clacks of Speeve's feet as they follow you inside, and you hear someone just like in your peripheral. You hear someone kind of take him away and get them, outfitted to assist. Maybe not rejoin, but still be a representative of the light forces.
Yeah.
Billy and Miri, what do you guys do? Are you just dipping? Are you just heading out?
This means we're legitimate now. Huh.
I mean, it's gonna be weird, waking up and not having somebody chasing us all the time,
Yeah, I just.
being chased out of bars, all the, it's I don't know what to make of it. Hey,
Yeah.
Tanley, what are you up to? What are your plans?
Report back in, go back reading and studying and viewing.
Or hear me out, boss. How does 100,000 credits to your bounty sound?
Do you want me to put a bounty on you both? For fun?
No, I'm just saying
Oh.
we earn that top spot because we can't let that Joker back in over there, with the spice trading. We're not to be tolerated. You have to have your face at least plastered once with 100,000 credits.
I mean, what? You do what you're good at, and apparently I'm good at taking shit that don't belong to me.
How
Stanley,
about a heist? One last heist?
you ever thought about starting a life of crime?
No, but I'd love to.
Let's go, kid.
Y'all got a Benny from GM Mandy, I think probably to support enabling Tommy
Yes.
to live their life of crime. Benny for peer pressure. Excellent. Well done.
Benny for peer
Mhm.
pressure.
Everybody, let's the three of you please make me one last roll. It's gonna be a
Okay.
notice roll. As y'all are walking back to the ship, chattering happily amongst each other about this next heist you're gonna pull off, the next job you're gonna do, how to somehow convince Makaho to go with you against his better judgment.
That is. Oh, hold on. Well, shoot. I forgot to add my +2 to that last notice roll.
It's okay.
Uh,
We'll do it on this one.
Yeah, so that's a 7 total.
Okay.
Nice.
5?
Tommy? 2, okay. And Billy?
5? Wait, you
5?
can re-roll. Use the last Benny. Use the last Benny.
Use the last Benny!
Well,
Use-
Makaho has such an important thing to talk about. I'm worried. I'm like, he should have it. Should I have it?
Take the last Benny.
Are you sure? Okay, all right.
Peer pressure.
Okay, peer pressure. Peer pressure. When used for good. Oh, that exploded.
Woo! Go again.
Ooh!
Okay, all right. Thanks.
Do crimes. Do crimes.
Do crimes. PK do crimes. Let's go. That's a total of 10.
10. The
Oh
rest
my
of
gosh.
you, all three of you are walking toward the Fury. Its hull looking a little shinier than it did before with its new fancy, extra clean, squeaky clean pilot and first mate. The only one of you to turn around and look behind you is Tonley. You're not really sure what it is, but something tells you to say goodbye one last time. And as we close our game, the last thing you see is Jedi Knight Ophi opening the box, a not so secretive, sly smile on her face as she closes it and walks down into the lower cities. And that's where we're going to end it. Thank you.
I literally was gonna say, can I incite this motherfucker? Because something's off. I said it in my head. Said it in my head.
Instead, we used the Benny for crime. There was choices made.
If you would like to know what happens to Bears Ophi, tune in to Clone Wars, because you will find out. Season 5 is unfortunate. This moment leads to something that's not the best,
Oh
but
no.
is extremely important in the Star Wars universe. So shout out to anybody who got my Easter eggs. I tried to pepper them throughout. And biggest
Yes.
shout out to my fucking players. Y'all, this is an embarrassment of riches. I was worried. I was like, I'm not a morning person. And like, I also didn't have time for my breakfast. And like, also I like didn't have the outfit I wanted and everything was terrible. And I was up really late. And then I got into this game and I was like, phew. It was great. It was wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go around the table once more in the order that we did before to say who you are, where people can find you, and what cool shit you're doing soon. Let's start with Omega.
Hey again, everybody. My name is Omega Jones, also known as the CriticalBard. CriticalBard across all social media channels. I have been Makaho, who now has a secondary mission to beat Ophi's ass at some point because you got him messed up. But this has been such fun. I'm so excited to be playing amongst my people, raising some money for my people. And yeah, you can find me in many places. Keep watching the Twitch streams over in here and Obsidian Brews. However, I will say in an hour, I will be on twitch.tv/science and sorceries raising money for Palestine in another a D&D charity one shot. And then after that, I will be on twitch.tv/Jillian Foxglove being a hot mess old man. So I'm doing a lot today. So if you want to check those out, those are check out my socials for all that. And that is me. Other things I don't feel like talking about it. So next person.
Yay! Thank you so much for being here, Omega. This is wonderful. I'm so very lucky and happy to be playing with you for the first time. Brianna, you're up next.
Yes, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Hello, everybody. I'm Brianna, but most of you guys know me on the interwebs as Utahime. You can follow me at Utahime, Utahime Cosplay, pretty much everywhere except on the app formerly known as Twitter. You can find me at Brianna DeCosta there. As the name suggests, I'm a cosplayer, host, streamer. I'm constantly doing different TTRPG streams with amazing folks like this amazing, phenomenal group here. It's been such an honor. Let me tell you, I've been wanting to play with you guys for a while, so this is really, really awesome. Yeah, I'm also do a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff as of late. Not only the cosplay, but I'm going to be putting some content, dusting off my YouTube. There's a lot of dust on that channel, so we're going to dust it off and bring you some how to play Magic the Gathering. You know, making it super easy for everybody who's interested, especially fellow BIPOC creators. So stay tuned for that. And otherwise, again, thank you guys so much for everybody who donated. And again, thank you, Candace. Thank you, fellow players. You guys are all amazing. And the crew who's been running everything, you know, Calamity and everybody else behind the scenes making this possible. May the 4th be with you all.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a pleasure to run for you. It was wonderful sharing a table with you 1 year ago, and we have to make it a more regular thing, please. Next up, we have Laura.
Hi, hello, good afternoon, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You'll find me on the internet, usually some iteration of Laura_Tutu. You might just have to throw an underscore at the beginning and the end of that, depending on where you're looking for me. I have been our pilot, scoundrel, smuggler, Miri Correa. When I'm not here taking shit that don't belong to me, you can find me hanging out with the fine folks over at Queen's Court Games as their social media menace and producer and award-winning player, because we just got best AP story for the All Night Society over at LA Webfest as of like 12 hours ago. So that's exciting. You can find all of our stuff on our website, queenscourt.games. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we are wherever you want to listen to your favorite podcasts.
If you want to come hang out and pretend to be a vampire with me, you can do that. I will be hanging out with the fine folks at Jackalope Live Action LARPs for the night in question. Their big old Sabat Vampire the Masquerade LARP coming to Austin, Texas in September. Tickets are on sale now. Other than that, thank you to the crew here at Taletell. Thank you to Christian. Thank you to Obsidian Brews. We out here, y'all.
Wonderful. So good. I'm so happy to finally get to meet you. This is the first time that I've ever been able to meet you and share a table, and it has been mind-blowing. So wonderful, truly. Thank you so much for playing with me today. And then again, last but not least, Nyx. Before you start, can I just say congratulations on a successful first stream because you fucking
Killed
slayed it.
it.
Thank
You
God.
slayed it. Oh my God.
You're making me
Anyway,
cry.
I'm sorry.
All this
Back to
blood's
you.
going away. Oh my gosh. Thanks everybody. Salutations again. I'm Nyx. I'm the face of Charmfoolery along with my partner. I'm at Charmfoolery on all socials, Twitch and YouTube. I'm a cosplayer and I consider myself a TTRPG content mercenary in that I will do anything in the TTRPG realm because I love it so goddamn much. But I especially love educating and teaching new players and learning new things. And as of literally right now, an official actual play performer. So let's go. Thank you to everyone, my gosh, for taking one, a chance on me, and two, for an amazing show, amazing game, amazing players, amazing story. All of it was wonderful, and it means so much to me. I'm gonna go cry after this, like a crazy person. Like I'm gonna go like scream cry. It's gonna be great because I am full of so much emotion right now. You guys are so sweet. Oh, it means a lot. It really does.
I hope your cry is restorative.
Oh yes, this is a
Mhm.
child healing moment.
That's
Inner
beautiful.
child is like right now, like, oh my god, we're doing it.
Yeah, we
So,
love to see it. Same with me. Thank you for rounding out this table. You were just such a wonderful addition to all the other characters that were made. I feel like the balance at this table was just extraordinary. Everybody brought a little bit of something, and it just like got into the pot, and we had this beautiful Star Wars stew, and it was black and gorgeous and fantastic, and I could not be happier right now. I am your GM. My name is Candace, also known as Candace Magnificent. I don't actually GM a ton, but I will. I will be
You
doing more
should.
GMing and stuff. Thank you.
yes.
You might have seen me on the internet at Candace the Magnificent, most places at the Candace Marie on Twitter and Blue Sky. You can hear me on Bloom and Blight and Otherworld Hollywood. Both of those are podcasts wherever you catch your pods, and the upcoming frequencies with people from the Atom List podcast. I'm very excited about that one. It's like a meta story about being a creative and the horrors that come along with that. Be careful when you listen to that one. It's coming soon, and it's going to destroy people because it's destroying us to make it. In a good way, positive. You can also see more of me tonight if you want to come by my Twitch channel at Candace Magnificent on Twitch TV. I will be playing some ukulele parody songs that are Star Wars songs. I'll be playing some by Weird Al and a bunch that I wrote myself, as well as a couple of Star Wars themed cover songs as well. And yeah, there's a bunch of other places you can find me. All of them are blanking right now because I was not prepared, and I was very caught up in how awesome my players are. That's cool. Social, that's what it's for. Thank you one more time to this fantastic table, and a huge, huge, huge shout out and thank you to Telltale Hearts, to Calamity, to Fluffy Goomba, to Obsidian Brews for giving us all this platform and this opportunity, for making this wonderful idea. I love Star Wars, seeing more Black people and people of color in the Star Wars space that are accepted and loved and valued and supported is something that I'm very passionate about. And I'm also passionate about that in TTRPGs, so it's like the best of both worlds. If you are casting an event and you are not a BIPOC person, please enjoy the rainbow of talent that you are able to see this weekend. Write their names down, follow them, give them your money if you have it to give. We all need support too, and we would love it. So thank you so much, y'all. May the 4th be with you. Have a wonderful Revenge of the 5th tomorrow. We'll see you next time.